I've been running around rooftops, face planting off buildings, and doing a frankly suspicious number of air assassinations in this thing. So let me walk you through what Mirage does really well, where it kinda fumbles, and who I actually think it's for. Hey everyone, I'm Stefan, let's jump in. So, quick vibe check. Mirage is Ubisoft's hey, remember when Assassin's Creed was about stealth and stabbing, not managing a wine empire and 500 side quest game? It's set in 9th century Baghdad and you play as Basim, who you might remember from Valhalla, but here he's in his baby assassin's era, figuring life out, making bad choices, the usual. The city itself is the star. Baghdad is dense, stacked vertically, and packed with little alleys, rooftop paths, markets, and people just doing their thing. The game clearly wants you to think of it as throwback to older Assassin's Creed like the Ezio days or the first game. Smaller map, tighter story, more focused missions, less I guess I live in menus now. Story-wise, it's not this massive 18-hour epic like Valhalla. It's more like a solid season of a TV show. There's a main conspiracy, some cool assassinations, some mentor drama, and then you're out. It hits the big notes, has some genuinely good character moments for Basim, but it doesn't throw you in the endless side arcs. If you're here for deep branching choices and super complex storytelling, Mirage is not trying to be that game. If you want a focused assassin story that respects your time and doesn't require a wiki open on your second screen, you're in the right place. Alright, let's talk about the part you actually feel second to second, the gameplay. The easiest way to describe Mirage's gameplay is classic Assassin's Creed but cleaned up. You're sneaking into compounds, tagging targets, planning routes, and doing that thing where you tell yourself, I'll stay stealthy this time. And then 2 minutes later, everything's on fire, and you're sprinting across rooftops with half the city chasing you. Stealth is front and center again. You're blending into crowds, sitting on benches, whistling enemies over, doing chain assassinations, and using tools like knives, blow darts, traps, and smoke bombs to clear rooms without anyone even knowing you were there. When it works, it feels really good, like you pulled off this neat little puzzle where the answer was delete everyone quietly. Parkour is a big part of the fun. Baghdad is built like an actual playground for assassins. Tight streets, lots of ledges, ropes, and climbing spots. So when it flows, it really flows. You're hopping rooftop to rooftop, vaulting over obstacles, and it has that I'm just gonna run around for a bit because it feels nice energy. It's not perfect. Sometimes Basim has that I'm going to grab the wrong thing for no reason moment, but when it clicks, it's great. Combat it's fine, but clearly not the main dish. It's more basic than the big RPG entries. Light attack, heavy attack, dodge, parry, a few gadgets. You can just fight everyone if you want, but the game clearly wants you to feel a little squishy, so you respect stealth. Think I can handle a couple of enemies, but if I aggro the whole fort, that's on me and I deserve this beating. On PS5 specifically, the game has performance and quality modes, so you can choose between sharper visuals and smoother frame rates. A lot of people end up preferring 60 FPS because the game just feels more responsive, especially when you're doing parkour and timing dodges. Visually, Mirage isn't the absolute best looking game on PS5, and some folks are a bit disappointed with image clarity and HDR in certain scenes, but overall the city, lighting and character details still deliver a nice vibe. The real fun moments are those little Assassin's Fantasy highlights. You stalk a target from a rooftop, track them through a crowd, drop down for a clean assassination, and melt back into the city before anyone realizes that what just happened. Or you accidentally mess up, everything goes loud, and you end up in this chaotic rooftop chase you absolutely did not plan for, but it's hilarious and tense anyway. So yeah, it's not trying to reinvent the genre. It's more like, hey, remember the old formula? Here's a tighter modern version of that. Alright, let's get to the part you probably skipped ahead for. Should you actually play Mirage on PS5 right now, or just keep it in the backlog for later? If you're someone who loved the older Assassin's Creed games, the more linear, stealth heavy ones, and you've been begging for Ubisoft to chill on the 500 hours RPG thing, this is basically made for you. It's shorter, more focused, and really leans into that fantasy of being a sneaky assassin in a dense city. If you're busy, honestly, that's another big plus. This is not a game that's going to eat your entire month. You can actually finish the story in a reasonable amount of time, see most of what the game has to offer, and move on without feeling like you abandoned a second job. Now, reasons you might want to keep it in the backlog for a bit. If you're mainly into the big RPG style Assassin's Creed games with big builds, huge skill trees, and tons of loot, Mirage will probably feel a bit stripped down for you. Combat is simpler, progression is lighter, and it's less about min-maxing and more about just playing smart. Also, if visuals and tech stuff really matter to you on PS5, some people do find the image quality and HDR a little underwhelming compared to the best looking games on the console. So here's my simple verdict. If you miss classic Assassin's Creed and want a tighter, stealth-focused game you can actually finish, I'd say Mirage is a yeah, play it. If you're only middly curious and your backlog is already screaming, this is a really solid wait for a discount and binge it over a chill week type of game. Alright, that's Mirage on PS5. Shorter, stealthier, a little rougher on the edges in places, but honestly pretty easy to recommend if you're in the mood for an old school Assassin's Creed vibe. If this helped you figure out whether to play it now or park it in the backlog, do me a favor and drop a like in the video, it genuinely helps more than it should.